The role of a secretary is often behind the scene, but it is one that keeps the gears of any organization running smoothly. A secretary plays a vital role in organizing, coordinating, and ensuring that everything falls into place seamlessly.
Indeed, he is a true thundering of light, offering solace and spiritual wisdom to countless individuals. His teachings, compassion, and insight have left an ineradicable mark on the hearts and minds of those who have been fortunate enough to be in his presence.
It is with great reverence and humility that I would like to invite our beloved secretary and leader, Mr. D. Augustine Jebakumar.
Let's pave a way to welcome our reputable leader to come forward to enlighten us with his words of wisdom.
I take this as a privilege to invite you for this glorious moment when we are so grateful to the Lord who helped us for the past 40 years to mold the young lives which will be used for this nation building, not only nation building, for the future. Our chief guest of this GOSAI meeting, that is GEMS Old Students Association, Mr. Ravi, rightly said, it is not I, it is we. But when we join together as one man, it makes a difference. You know, we are not just putting a division, rather, it is our desire to see people come together, standing with one vision, one understanding, one intention, and take the nation forward. And that is why this year, in order to motivate the children, as well as our old students, we have this caption saying, I am the future. Unless it is inculcated in every child, he has got a bright future. Unless it is implanted in every girl, every boy, that I have something to contribute, and then only it will be meaningful. As the children rightly said, education is not just inside the classrooms. Not at all. I'm happy to see some of our old students here. Even though it's a holiday time, many people couldn't come. They expressed their inability. They are in high places, holding high ranks in great companies. But still, we want to bring them so that they can give thanks unto the Lord for His goodness and mercies which bestowed on them during this celebration. Even though this is a Children's Day, we bring all our young people, those who are highly placed, because when we started this school 40 years back, some of them were only 6 years or 7 years. That means they are already 47. Their children are studying in the same school. And that is a privilege we have, having a school in a place like Dehri-on-sone, away from the main cities. I am so grateful to the Lord for the way He brought us to a place where we can contribute. But children, we brought the present 10th standard and 11th standard, 12th standard children also, just to tell you, hey, your forerunners have achieved something, and you can learn from them. So take this opportunity to converse with some of the children here, the outsiders, those who travel long way. And I take this opportunity to thank all our old staff and old principal like Mr. Jabaviran, Jayavadana, and the teachers who are sitting here. They already served here when our infrastructure was insufficient. And we got a very poor infrastructure to start with. But today, our school is a model for other schools to get developed. I am so thankful for their contribution and their investment. I'm using a term investment. My dear people of this school, I would like to tell you, we as teachers, we as people, those who are called to serve the society, we feel when we serve, we are investing in you. Today's world is talking about investment. It talks about mutual fund, it talks about investing in stock market, and many people, educated people, they invest more. And one boy from this school who is a Supreme Court lawyer now, Anuj Pandey, one day he came and knocked at our door. And he asked me, where is Auntie Rupa? And I said, Rupa has gone out for some kind of services you already received. No, I don't want to. I said, you can sit with me and talk. He said, no, I want to talk with Rupa madam only. I said, what is the purpose? He said, sir, my father was from a nearby village. He put me and my brother in the hostel. And since we are from the deep village, of course we had money, but we were from the deep village. I didn't know how to use a toilet. I didn't know how to use, so I was doing all sorts of nasty things during the class hours. So Rupa madam, even though she was a teacher, she washed me and changed my dress to go for your son, and that was going for 2 years. She was not only a teacher, she was more than a mother to me. I want to see her. By then, Rupa, my wife, came there, even though she couldn't walk today. But I still remember the little service made somebody to be a Supreme Court lawyer in New Delhi. My dear people of God, if you ask Rupa, she will simply say, I didn't serve, I invested in them so that they can reflect the service to the society outside. Old people, those who passed out this institution, I want to remind you the only one word. We are not going to make it big because we have got another big program in Pada Maidan. This is just to begin an association where we can challenge you to serve this society which formed you. It is my privilege to challenge you. When we are talking about investment, we must know your parents invested in you by spending money. Or like that parent who was here encouraging a blind son. And this is a real story. This is not a story just for the sake of this ceremony. It is a real story. A blind boy, because of the encouragement and the support of the father, the motherless child became an industrialist. Today, he is giving employment for 2,400 people. It's a real story. So, many people use education as making money only. Listen to me. We need money, but money is not everything. When you leave this world, you will not take any single rupee with you. But I want to ask you a question here. A deep-rooted question which is always troubling me. My parents invested in me. I may support them in the old age. But I want to tell you, sir, my dear children, listen to me very carefully. When we came all the way from 3,000 kilometers from south, when my mother, the teacher, she was a teacher to me, the first teacher. She was by profession a teacher. She taught me many things for this life. When she died at the age of 87, by 10 o'clock I had a call from home. My third sister called me and said, Mom has gone to the Lord. She asked me, will you come for the funeral? I want to tell you, children, not to put myself on a high platform, but I want to tell you the reality. The next day, I was supposed to leave for Moscow to teach 950 servants of God. I had a very important assignment here in this campus before I leave. I told my sister, I will call you back in half an hour. After I came out, I looked unto the Lord because I always pray to Jesus, Lord, you guide me. There is an important assignment and important thing here as well as a son. I am supposed to go and bury my dear mother who gave up everything for the sake of serving people, serving the kingdom of God here in Bihar. I had a voice from above. Children, listen. My dear people, listen. What was the voice, which is important? Sir, your investment will have meaning if you understand the priority of life. I heard a voice in 20 minutes, which is important. This or burying your mother. I humbly declare here, I called my sister in 20th minute. I said, I'm not coming. She said immediately, we know, because he stepped out to serve the people here, and that is your priority. My dear children, by the education you received here, you might have make big money. It is possible in the world, people use their education to make money. But I want to tell you, if you invest something, you are looking for a dividend. Your parents looking for a dividend. I help you, you help me in my old age. And you have invested. You worked hard. You put your labor. You put your time. And you didn't sleep for many days. And you faced the examination. You put yourself. And then, that is why there is an intention to enjoy life. Have pleasures. Have everything in my life. Second thing. But as in GEMS English School, we have invested our energy, our talents, and our time, our services. And this society needs you. We are having ITIs. One day I was in ITI to talk with the ITI boys. Many boys crowded around me, rallying around me, and asking me, Uncle, send us to Dubai. You got a lot of friends in Dubai. Send us to a foreign nation, overseas, because already you send 20 boys and they are making big money. I said, I am here to make you to change this Bihar. You do something here so that people may find job, your life may also grow, and they may also grow. That is why we are preparing you. Immediately the boys, all the boys, around 50, said, Sir, you opened our understanding. You have opened our eyes. We are trained, we are educated so that we will be useful for Bihar. I was in Liverpool in England. When I went there, I met a doctor in the place where I was staying. I asked, where from you are? He said, Bihar. I said, what are you doing here? Sir, not only me, there are 37 doctors from Bihar in Liverpool in one city. I said, what are you doing here? Bihar needs doctor, you are making money here. Sir, you are there to serve. That's why we have come here. I said, I am not a medical person, but you are a medical person. Bihar is starving for doctors and you make money in England. He said, you are throwing atom bomb in my life. I want to ask some of our old students, my dear girls, of course we have given education and your parents paid for your education too. but we have invested. We have a question. We are not looking for any return or dividend from you for our selfish motives. We want you to think, what are you doing for this society where from you have groomed? I remember few words from the Bible. Let me read Psalm 139, verse 13 to 16. The way in which God formed you and me, every child over here, is simply put in a nutshell by the great King David. Let me read those words, you will understand. Psalm 139, verse 13 to 16. For thou hast possessed my reins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. You protected me, Lord. You protected me. Many unborn children were there, but you protected me in my mother's womb. And he didn't stop there. He said, I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. I know you have made me wonderfully for something. My dear children, my dear people of God, if you ask this question, why I am in this world, what is the purpose of my life in this world and the present world? In the 15th verse it says, my substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret and curiously wrought in the lowest part of the earth. 16th verse, it beautifully narrates, thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect, and in thy book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. My dear children, my dear people of this institution, those who are connected some way or other, it is an opportunity given unto you to understand the purpose of God. If you ask this question, this institution, my teachers, my principals, my administrators, and all the lecturers, they invested in me and they are expecting a dividend not for themselves, but for the future of this region. The morning I was talking over there in the Pada Maidan, under the age of 7, 44% children are not seen in any school. That means 60 lakhs children of this country never seen a school, not been in the school, never seen a school. Who is going to change this scenario? Are you going to live for yourself? Or are you going to leave a legacy? I was sitting with our chief guest, Mr. Ravi, he was holding a lot of positions. And I was sharing little of my testimony. I left my job at the age of 26. He said, I left my job at the age of 59. He could have continued his services. Voluntarily, he laid down. He said himself, there is satisfaction when you start looking for the opportunity to touch the lives of people. How many people are influenced by me, by you, sir? How many people are helped by you? How many people are impacted by your life? How much you contributed to the society and the nation? More than anything, the Creator God invested Himself. His eyes were there when you were formed in the womb of your mother. What for? It said everything was written in His book also. But at the end of the chapter of your life, what would be written? Are you going to leave a legacy? That is why we want to help you by forming GEMS, Old Students Association of India. This is going to be registered for a good cause to lift the society up. Minnat Rahman was asking, today's Nehru's birthday, you are not mentioning about Nehru. Whenever we think of Nehruji, we think of the man who was an architect of this nation. That is accepted. But the architect put a drawing and he made the measurement and everything. The flesh should be by you, by you, by you. आप और हम इस आर्किटेक्चर को पूरा करने के लिए अपना हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे. We don't soil your hands. I want to repeat it again. If you don't soil your hands, this nation will never be built. There is a great need. Our Prime Minister always uses that is, we are Vishwa Guru, we are going to be a superpower. But when I go into the villages of Bihar, I cry. Because 52% of Biharis are below poverty line. The national average is 37, but Bihar, 52% are below average, sir. Are you going to make money with your education? Or are you going to be a tool to lift those downtrodden, thrust and crushed by the society, by poverty? Lift them up so that they can also see the light of this life. But more than that, if you do that, my Bible says in the 25th chapter of Matthew, when the day of judgment comes, the Lord will put people in his right side and left side. In the right side, he will say, blessed are you, come into the joy of my Father, because you helped these little ones. The people in the right hand will, when did we see you? The Lord will say, whatever you did for the little ones, the needy ones, you done unto me. Here is a call for you to join GOSAI so that jointly we can do something for the people, those who are in need. May the Lord's good hand be upon you. Don't forget, investment looks for dividend. We have invested, we look for dividend which will be available for this nation. May the Lord guide you, open your understanding so that you can understand the purpose of life and the purpose of your creation. God be with you. Thank you.